All right, so we have the recording going. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. All across Girl Scouts Western Oklahoma, we have little areas set up, and so I just want to say thank you for taking the time. We're here for you if you have any questions. If your moderator has any questions, you can enter it in the chat box. Corey is monitoring that chat box, so she will be able to see it. If there's anything that she can't answer, I will be reading it as we go along as well. So, but also you're going to get a lot of information, and if you can kind of hold your questions, most likely we're going to answer it on the next slide. So if you hold your questions till the end, write them down, and we can, we'll have a question and answer session at the end for anything that we need to go back through. I just want to make sure that I'm not talking and possibly people are missing more information around you. So we'll go ahead and get started. This is the 2017 Troop Cookie Consultant Training. The information that I have tonight is going to be about an hour and 15 minutes, and then I give us a little extra time for questions. And then tonight what you will be learning from me is your role in the 2017 cookie sale, kind of the basic rules of the cookie sale that we follow, and hopefully you're passing those on to your parents and your troop, knowledge of eBuddy and how it works, and of course the resources to find the answers for questions that come up during the sale, and if you can't find the answer or know where to look, how you can reach out to us or your service unit consultant. We do have, hopefully, if you're at a facility, you got your Troop Cookie Consultant Manual, and you can kind of follow along in that. It goes in our presentation tonight will go mostly in order of the Troop Cookie Consultant Manual, and then that's your first tool of everything that we think of, we try and put in this manual so that you guys have access to it. I hear quite a bit that that's a really great thing. I really wish I would have read it before the sale. And I know it looks daunting. It's pretty thick. A lot of it at the end is just forms, so you don't have to worry about those pages quite as much. But it does really have a lot of good information in it. So if you want to get that out and follow along with us. This is our product sales team. We have Corey Sproul. She's the product sales specialist. She's the one on the far left. She does cookie rallies, digital cookie, girls in eBuddy. She uploads your girls into eBuddy. So kind of anything technical like that will be Ms. Corey. In the middle, we have Morgan Klingenpeel. She's our product program specialist. She is in charge of volunteer training and then also booth sale sites and paperwork. So kind of anything around that is what she will be doing. And then I'm your product sales manager. I'm Melissa Walton over here to the right. And I hope I look familiar. I've been here for, this is going into, through my 5th year, and I used to be in the shop. So hopefully if you ever need anything, we are here to help support you. And then we also have, want to talk about info@gswestok.org. So what this does when you have a question about anything, or if we need to update anything in eBuddy, if you send us an email at info@gswestok.org, it creates a case and it has a tracking so that you know where we are in that process. And so we distribute it between the 3 of us for who needs to handle it. And I will tell you that we look at that before we look at our first email. So make sure that you are sending in information or questions or anything that you have at this web address. And then as always, we are at 405-528-4475 if you need to get a hold of us on the phone. So what makes this year special? This year is very special because it's the 100th year anniversary of Girl Scouts selling cookies. And if you don't know, this is kind of our Oklahoma's really big part in Girl Scout cookies is that the very first ever recorded sale of cookies by a troop was in Muskogee, Oklahoma by the Mistletoe Troop. And they baked cookies in their homes. They sold them in their high school cafeteria to support their service projects. And after that, it became kind of a best practice way to earn money. And in 1934, Girl Scouts were doing so many cookies, and you're baking them at your home, and it's a little bit harder to keep up with the demand. And so they started enlisting commercial bakers to help out. So this year, for the 100th anniversary, we have lots of things planned. We want to make sure that we are celebrating this and celebrating our role as Oklahomans in making this tradition. And so we have things planned throughout the year. We have little 100 prizes sprinkled into the rewards and recognitions, and also we have some fun events coming up. So our first event, if you haven't heard, is December 10th. It is the snow tubing event at the Dodger Stadium, and we have rented out the entire ballpark for 5 hours, and it's from 8 to 1 o'clock, and we have all of that time. It's Girl Scouts only, and girls can snow tube as many times as they want in their time slot, and then we will be having activities, some around the cookie sale, some around camp, but lots and lots of fun. And we have some characters on board, so we want to make sure that people are getting out and celebrating in these 100th anniversary events with us. So let's talk about our 2016 cookie sale. We sold 1,167,970 boxes of cookies across Girl Scouts Western Oklahoma. We like to look at our per girl average. So every girl that was selling, we take that total number of boxes divided by our total girls selling, and across the council, we had a per girl average of 301 boxes per girl. We are one of the highest PGAs in the nation. I want to say we're number 2, but we might be number 3. I'll have to get our latest number on that. But that's incredible. And so we want to keep that momentum going. Also, last year, our Operation Cookie Drop increased by 5.5%, and we'll talk more about what Operation Cookie Drop is. And our digital cookie launch. So for the first time in Girl Scouts Western Oklahoma, girls could sell cookies online, take payments, and we did much more boxes that on digital cookie. We'll talk about that a little later. But we had 9,556 boxes shipped to customers all across the United States, and our council had credit for those. So that was incredible. Service units that had PGAs of a 300 or more. So I know a lot of you are in your service unit teams right now, so if you can look at that, definitely give yourselves a hand if you're on the list. We had several that were very close to this as well. So we are mentioning this and showing this to you because part of Standards of Brilliance, which your service unit participates in and gets money based on how many points they get, this is one of the measurements that we're using for Standards of Brilliance this year. So if your service unit has a 300 PGA, you get bonus points, and we want to make sure that people know where we're standing there. So also we want to talk about the purpose of the Girl Scout Cookie Program. And girls sell cookies, want to earn money for their troop, and also all of the proceeds generated from the Girl Scout cookie sale stay within Girl Scouts Western Oklahoma. We don't, none of that money goes to GSUSA or overseas or anywhere else. It stays right here and helps support Girl Scouting in Girl Scouts Western Oklahoma. And also, we use that for our camps, to help keep up our camps, to help run programs, to help train volunteers. So that is one of the reasons we sell cookies. But the main purpose of the Girl Scout Cookie Program is that girls learn the 5 skills. And there's goal setting, decision making, money management, people skills, and business ethics. And one thing that I love about the Girl Scout cookie sale is that girls are going to hear the word no, and they're going to move on, that it's not going to be devastating to them, and they're really learning those people skills and being able to talk and communicate with other people. So let's talk about the cookies real quick. They're the best part. Hopefully you have some to kind of try while you are out and learning tonight and keep your sugar levels up. So we have the 6 main core cookies, which are Thin Mints, Samoas, Tagalongs, Do-si-dos, Savannah Smiles, and trefoils. And trefoils are based on the first original recipe that was sold by those girls in Muskogee, Oklahoma. The Thin Mints are vegan, if that is a dietary issue for any of your customers. And then Samoas were actually the first cookie by Little Brownie Bakery they came up with and started distributing. And we also have 2 specialty cookies. So the Super 6 that are here are $4 a box, and then our specialty cookies are $5 a box. And what makes them $5 a box is that they have specialty ingredients. And so the Toffee-tastics are gluten-free, and so they are made with a rice flour. It just costs more money to shut the whole factory down, clean it, make sure that all the gluten that could possibly be in the factory is gone, and then they use the rice flour to make these cookies. Even if you're not gluten-free, they're still delicious because I love toffee. So they have a little bit of a like toffee pockets and really, really buttery, so they're delicious. And then our new s'mores cookies, which everyone here is so excited about. And this is also your troop cookie this year. So hopefully from your service unit cookie consultant, they should give you a box for your troop, and you can, depending on how many girls you have, hand them out to your girls while you're learning about cookies. You can cut them in half, cut them in thirds, whatever you need to do so that each girl can have a cookie. But it's really nice at the bakery to make sure that we have them so that the girls can taste them before they start selling them. We just talked about that. So something that the s'more cookie is made from whole ingredients, and so clean ingredients. They meet whole food guidelines. But something else that I wanted to point out is none of the cookies have hydrogenated oils in them. None of the cookies have no high fructose corn syrup. There's only one cookie that has an artificial color and only one cookie that has an artificial flavor, which they are working on removing over the next few years. So just wanted to point that out, that you should be able to read. If you get a box of s'more cookies, you should be able to read everything on the side of the box. Also really exciting with the s'more cookie is the back of the cookie. And hopefully if you have some to try tonight, then you are looking at the back side of the cookie. They are stamped with the outdoor experience leadership badges that each troop level has. And so you can see like the little squirrel for the brownie, and then the other side all says Girl Scout s'mores. So it's really a good talking piece for the girls to talk about. Hopefully they're either earning this badge, but it's a really good way for them to talk about what they want to use their cookie money for. Maybe hopefully it is camp, or to get outside, and they can talk about, this is a batch that I have earned, and show it off on their uniform and be able to talk to customers. One thing I do want to point out is Girl Scout cookie packaging. This year we are Little Brownie Baker has actually phased out the partially hydrogenated oils in the last 3 cookies that they were in. So they do have packaging that they're trying to use up, and you can always over declare ingredients, you just can't under declare. So you may see packages with partially hydrogenated oils on them and then packages without. So just always, if that is ever anything that comes up, just always talk to your customers to go with what's on the box for their dietary needs. So just wanted to point that out. So now let's talk about our Girl Scout cookie program. There is all kinds of information online at littlebrownie.com. There are, sorry. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at the question box. So if you go to littlebrownie.com, there are all kinds of resources for volunteers, for girls. There's this new mascot portal for girls, and they can learn all about Twyla the owl and play along with her in her adventure. And then there's also little cookie ideas, and then all coming from Little Brownie this year is a really cool tool. Sorry, there is a video, but I can't get the sound to work for it. But it is called Built by Me, and it is a plan that troop leaders can go in and ask a couple of questions, 10 questions asking you what you want to do with your cookie sale. Is this your first time? Is this, are you going to be going door to door? Are you going to be doing cookie booths? And with this, it comes up with a customized cookie plan for your troop, and it has good best practices for what you're doing at that exact, in that step. And then you can print out your plan so you can follow it, or you can email it out and email it out to parents. Also, we have cookie rallies. So cookie rallies are put on by your service unit team, and if you would like to help with that, I am sure that your service unit needs volunteers and older girl troops to help possibly lead girls through the cookie rallies, and then they can also participate in the rallies as well. But what a cookie rally is basically a activities for the girls to be able to learn about each of the 5 skills and be able to practice their people skills and learn about the cookies, so that when it is Girl Scout cookie time, they will be ready with the product knowledge and with the confidence to be able to go out and talk to people. What we do is we send out a rally guide to your service unit team, and then they put it together. And then we also have, let me move to the next screen. We have a couple of incentives to help make the rallies more fun. And so this is our Cookie Rally shirt this year. And it's a great way for girls to get started, with their t-shirt collection, because Girl Scouts, we love totes and we love t-shirts. And so this is it. They're going to be $10, and that includes tax. And what we'll do is have a link. We're having a link built right now, and we'll send it out to all of the troop leaders, and they will be responsible for placing their order for their troop. And we need that by December 5th, I believe is the last date. And then we order them all. We get them all sorted out by troop and have them for your service unit cookie rally so that the girls can pick them up there. We also have a cookie rally patch, which is in the bottom right screen. The Cookie Palooza patch is got gold on it to help celebrate the 100th anniversary, and they are available for girls to attend the cookie rally. And then we also have this really fun cookie cart. And what we are doing is we are providing one for each service unit to have at the cookie rally as a raffle prize. So for all the girls who attend and are there, they will give one away. But not to worry, this shop will be selling them as well. So I am sure it will be on social media the minute that they arrive for the shop. So you can get one that way as well. And I don't know the price on that. I'm not sure if the shop knows about it yet. So besides the patches and rewards, girls can also earn a couple of badges and then their Girl Scout Cookie Activity Pen. So the Cookie Activity Pen changes color every year, and it's to that the girls have accomplished all 5 skills through the cookie cell. So that is how they show it off. This is the color this year, and so it is also available in the Girl Scout shop. And then there are cookie business badges for each age level. There's 2 for each age level and then 3 for cadets. But that way, it's a good starting point for the girls to start talking about cookies and earning badges, learning about their customers, learning about money, how to count back change, things like that, and get them started earning some badges. So one thing we want to talk about is how to prepare for the sale. And so as a troop leader, you should be having a girl meeting. Talk about goal setting in this one. This is how they're going to really start with that first of the 5 skills, and talk about with your girls what you want to do in the Girl Scout year. So do they want to go on a trip? Do they want to earn a bronze or silver award? Maybe they want to go, just to the zoo and do a special badge. Whatever your troop is wanting to do for the year, talk about how you get there with your cookie money. So this is really a great way to start with one of the other 5 skills, which is decision making, and let them talk it out. Don't just shoot down things. Just always, okay, you guys want to go to Savannah. You want to fly. Well, let's talk about, budgeting and, the girls, letting them figure out how many boxes of cookies it will take for them to get there. If it's, flying, which is a lot more expensive versus a bus, talk about the differences and what the cookie differences are and what's obtainable, what else do they have going on in their lives. So hopefully they're making those decisions so that you can help get them through this process. And then once they decide what they want to do with their money, talk about how many boxes it takes to get there. You can also start talking about, safety during the cookie sale, which is in your troop cookie manual, and then also talk about how to earn business or, the cookie business badges. And you can always start practicing counting change, any of those skills. I think it's amazing that we have girls who are, 10 years old that can count back change, and I know there are plenty of adults that don't have that ability. So it's really fun to start teaching them those skills. Once we have a vote, the girls has to be voted on by a majority of the girls that are in your troop. So if you have 5 girls and only 2 girls are attending, that vote is not valid. We want to make sure that most of the girls in the troop get a voice. And then once you have what your girls want to do with their cookie money, then it's time to hold a parent meeting. So for a parent meeting, make sure you're inviting parents to the cookie meeting. Explain the 5 skills, what the girls are learning, how they got to that troop goal. The girls set this goal, the girls made the decision, they talked about it, and kind of go over that process with them. Make sure that you are letting them or distributing the permission slips and having them sign for them once they, if they want to sell cookies. You're not forcing them to sell cookies, but if they want their girls to participate, they need to fill out a permission slip. This year, if you notice, the permission slip has a little bit more detail on the front and the back, and it goes over a couple of the next things we're going to talk about. So talking about receipts. Receipts are the most important part of the cookie sale. So receipts transfer financial responsibility of the cookies from the troop to the parent. And then if, it explains all of that on the permission slip so that they keep that top part and you only take the bottom part so they can refer back to that at any time. So when any time that you check cookies out to a parent or anytime you collect money, you should be writing a receipt and making sure that you are signing it, that the parent is signing it, and that you get a copy and the parents get a copy. We, as a Girl Scout Council, we will back you up for 7 cases per girl that they take out. So that's $336. So if that, we don't let you, we don't want you to have parents pay up front for cookies, but allow them to check out up to 7 cases. So if they, that parent never comes back or anything, we will help cover the cost of those cookies. And once parents if they need more cookies, they need to check or turn money in for the amount of cookies that they're going to check out. And we also recommend that parents keep those receipts for 1 year, just in case, when cookies ends, it's usually the end of the year of school. And so there's a lot going on. So we ask that parents hang on to those receipts for a year in case there are any questions. And then same with the troop leaders, we want you to hang on to all those receipts for a year and then also for your financial reports as well. So another thing is to talk about, best practices. I have in the troop manual about money and checks and how to take checks, what to look for checks. And then also we're going to talk about social media guidelines on the next slide, and then booth sales and etiquette, which is in your troop consultant manual. And then we also this year have a family guide. It is going to be online only, but it will be listed on our website. It's gswestok.org, and then you can click on cookies for cookie sellers and resources, and this will be in newsletters. We will be talking about this in newsletters, social media, to parents if they call in, so we will make sure that they know about it as well. So let's talk about social media, because social media is a huge part of the sale, and we want to make sure that the girl is the center of the sale. Girls sell cookies, adults do not sell cookies, and we want to make sure that the safety of every girl is the most important part of online and social media. So you can post on your personal page about the cookie sale. You can post that you're going to be at a location, that you're going to be walking around the neighborhood. You can show photos of your girls selling. If you belong to a HOA group on Facebook, if you belong to the Nextdoor app, you can definitely post on there that, like, hey, we have cookies, we'll be walking around on Friday, or just so you know, we're going to be knocking on doors, so answer your doors if you want Girl Scout cookies. You cannot solicit orders from these. You cannot post, we have cookies, what do you want? That is not something that we allow, just because it takes the girl out of the cell. We really want those people skills, so she needs to be asking. You cannot use any other source other than digital cookie to collect money online. So you can post your digital cookie link to Facebook and Twitter, but you cannot sell on eBay, you cannot sell on Craigslist, you cannot put this link in any garage sale groups. You cannot, if you do not own the Facebook page, you cannot put information into it. We don't want any posting on anything that opens the door to the general public. And girls wouldn't necessarily be posting to this and meeting anybody for cookies by themselves, so we definitely don't want that to happen. So here are some sample posts. You can write Girl Scout cookie time is here. You could also put Girl Scout cookie time is almost here. We will be walking the neighborhood when we get them, so get your taste buds, start figuring out what your favorite cookie is. We have s'mores this year. You got to make sure and try them. And if anybody says, I'll take 4 boxes of Thin Mints, this bottom one that says, thank you for your interest, we'll contact you at the start of the sale. Or, thank you for your interest, we'll be walking around Friday night and we hope to see you then. Not taking orders over the internet. And then if you wanted to post about going to a booth sale, you can put, Susie's goal. You can tell them how many boxes she sold and how many boxes she has left to go. And that, we'll be at Lowe's on Memorial from 2 to 4. Hopefully you'll come by and see us. We're also going to talk about workplace sales, which is also in your manual, and then will be in the family guide. But girls can go ask businesses if they can sell to their employees. Cookies, however, cannot be left at a place of business without a girl attending to them. So it can never look like the business itself is selling Girl Scout cookies. If your grandmother is the manager of a retail shop, she cannot have them up on the counter where it looks like the cookies are being sold. They do say on the box, not for retail, so they only need to be sold by girls. And we do have a fax form, and it's in the Troop Cookie Consultant Manual. And so it's one of those things that you can fax along, email to businesses, and let them know, set up a time, say, I would be available after school, 3:30 to 5:30 on these days. Would it be something that I could come sell to your employees? We'll talk about rewards next. So we have such a fun little theme this year with the 100th anniversary, and of course the owls. So this is the girl order recognition card this year, and so we do hang on to these until most of your service unit people will hang on to these until January so that there's nobody taking any early orders, but wanted to show it to you. So 600 Club is exciting because it's going to be at Andy Alligator's Fun Park. They're actually going to open an hour early for us, so we can beat the general public in there. And then we'll talk about a couple of other things. Let's move on. So there are two types of selling. Girls who, there are booth sales, which are start on February 17th, and then the official sale starts on February 3rd. So February 3rd through February 17th is what we call individual selling. Girls who sell 100 boxes during this time can earn the 100-year patch pen. And then we have the cinch pack, the Baking Dreams apron, and then the pad folio. What we ask troop leaders is leaders or your troop cookie consultant, on February 19th, we ask that you have entered all of the girls' receipts in eBuddy, and I'll show that in a little bit, but entering in all of the receipts and payments for the individual girls in your troop. And when you do this, we'll run a report on February 20th. So do write this down because I know you guys are going to call me. On February 20th, eBuddy will be locked, and you can sign in to eBuddy, but you cannot actually go in and click on the girl order tab, or you also can't place cupboard orders. So that is what is happening if it is February 20th and you can't click on anything. This is the reason. We do this, we run a report, and then we open it back up. And what we do is we look at that payment tab for this, and if girls have sold and made payment for these amount of boxes, we bundle it all together. We will have these ready to go in our office. We pre-order them, and then we will have them separated out by troop, let you know who is doing or who it belongs to in your troop, and then we send it out to the service unit cookie consultant within 2 weeks of that February 20th guideline, or deadline. And so we will have these available for the girls to use for cookie booth. At the end of the sale, we have a PGA reward, so 250 boxes per girl selling in your troop. Every girl that sold gets a t-shirt, and we have one for the troop cookie consultant. This is my favorite t-shirt design I think I've ever seen in Girl Scouts, and I've seen a lot of them, but this little outdoor scene really works well with our, our push for outdoor programming. And so this shirt, it will be on this gray, kind of steel gray shirt, but it will be our PGA shirt this year. And then last year we had about 8 troops that had 1,000 boxes per girl selling. So we wanted to reward that this year, and we're going to do a brunch with the board for the entire troop, and 2 adults or whatever ratio fits in, but coming in, networking with our board of directors, really being able to talk about Girl Scouts and what they want to see and what they need from the board, and having just some kind of fun role models to look up to as well. And then our big announcement, I think we've been talking about it, so hopefully everybody knows, but we are doing a 100th anniversary special trip. And so 3,500 boxes, and a girl earns her way to Walt Disney World. This is, in order to make this work, obviously, for being cost effective, this is just the girl, and it is a chaperoned trip to Walt Disney World. If we were paying for parents to go as well, it would be a lot more than 3,500 boxes. So just FYI for that. If you guys have any questions about that, you can definitely shoot me an email. But that it is set for June 5th through 9th. And then also 2017 is the National Convention in Columbus, Ohio. So girls can actually opt in to travel to the 2017 National Convention. We're working on a plan right now for girls to be able to travel there and stay and go to the convention. And so we'll have more details on this. We're kind of getting those prices together and finalizing details on that. And then girls can opt out of all of the rewards and all of the Girl Scout reward card money. and put that towards traveling to the 2017 National Convention. So we will, when we get those guidelines set, we will definitely pass those along. And then wanted to talk about the S'more Adventure Club. This was for girls who participated in the fall product sale. They had to send 15 emails or sell 6 items, and then if they did that, then they can participate in the 2017 cookie sale and sell at least 100 boxes of cookies. And what they get for that is the S'more Adventure patch. They get a commemorative bandana, and then a $25 council camp certificate, good for day camp, weekend camp, resident camp, or travel camp for the 2017 summer. So if your girls plan to go to Girl Scout camp, then this is definitely something they want to continue in. So now we're going to get into eBuddy. I've sent out a few emails through eBuddy, so hopefully hopefully you're getting them, but also be watching for them. And I have been talking to service unit people, so if there is a reason that you're not in there, or if your troop is missing, they're supposed to be looking for those and getting them to me so we can get you added. So if you want to write this down on the front of your page of your book, the temporary password for eBuddy is capital DOSI @6481. Everybody should be like uploaded into the system, and it should be ready to go tonight. People should be able to log in as of today using the email address that you most commonly use. Whatever we have in volunteer systems is what we have for eBuddy. And if it doesn't work for you, there is down at the bottom, it says, if you have forgotten your password, fill in the email field and click here. So we do have that as an option if that, whoops, sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. If your temporary password doesn't work. When that happens, or if it's your first time to log in this season, it will ask you for security questions and to type in that current password, so that DOSI @6481, and then your new password, and that gets you into eBuddy. As a Troop Cookie consultant, you're going to get into eBuddy, and this is going to be your dashboard. So this is the first thing that pops up. If you notice, there are tabs at the top. Each one of those is what we're going to go over tonight. When you log in, first thing you see is the calendar. And so the calendar is awesome. We've already set all the dates into the calendar, but that way you can see what is coming up in the for those days. Any important messages that we have. So now if you log in, it'll tell you to go look on your girls tab and send me an email if anybody is missing. And so that will change throughout the season, let you know what's coming up. And then there's a troop checklist on the right. And this is just every step in order of the cookie sale. And so as it passes, it will be checked off for you. And then if you ever have any questions, your service unit contact is at the bottom. And so whoever, and it also, I cut off Miss Lawanda's email so everybody wouldn't bombard her with emails. But it does have the email address for your service unit cookie consultant. So if you have a question, you can definitely reach out to them as well. Under your settings tab in eBuddy, this is where you can add or remove or add parents who might just be checking or picking up cookies from the cookie cupboard. This part is where you can control who sees eBuddy. And so it is available by clicking on Edit Settings. And then also your level. So we want you to go in and check which level you are in Girl Scouts. So if your troop is, a junior troop, you would click on junior. It may, if your girls moved up or bridged this past year, I don't know that. And so if you could just update that for me. And then your number of girls registered is going to automatically populate. and so is your number of girls selling. So really, it's just the level here that you can change. Under your girls tab, this is where it is going to show all the girls listed in your troop. So what we do at the council level is we upload girls weekly, and we are starting this already. So you can log in and see if girls are in your girls tab. And we just want you to kind of double check us and make sure that the grade is correct as well. These are grayed out, so you can't change or add anything to them. But if you are missing a girl, please send us an email to info@gswestok.org, and we will look into it. And if in one of their grades missing as well. And then what you can do in this screen is add their shirt size, which is on the permission slip, so you can add that in, and so it will automatically help update your rewards at the end. And then if they have a sales goal, you can put their sales goal here as well. One of the main reasons that this grade is very important, if you know a girl is in a different grade, then here is whenever they can get on Digital Cookie, it does pull the grade from this screen. And so if they're in 3rd grade and we have them listed in 2nd or 4th grade, then they'll see different badges available based on their grade. So we want to make sure that that's correct. The next tab is your initial order. And so initial order is where your troop is going to get the bulk of their cookies in the beginning. So initial order is a formula which we will help send out to you. So tools that we have for that, troops that participated in last year's cookie sale will get a spreadsheet with what they sold last year, and then a recommended order, which is 80% of last year's sales. We do recommend, because of our council's high PGA or per girl average of boxes, we do recommend 190 boxes per girl selling. Your new troops, we want to make sure that we are setting you up for success. So we do recommend for brand new troops to order 50 boxes per girl. And if that is, if you guys are doing well with those, you can come check out more cookies from a cookie cupboard. But we also will send out a Excel worksheet that has kind of some fillable cells in it that you can look at. You have, 4 girls, or I'm sorry, you have 14 girls in your troop, and they're all committed to selling, 100 boxes per girl. It'll break out what your troop's initial order should be based on variety, and so that will help you place your initial order. We do have recognitions based on your initial order, and these recognitions are calculated on per girl registered. So going back to the girls tab, if there are girls who have moved out of your troop, you can also let us know that they are no longer in your troop, and we'll get them out of there, because when we run this report, it is based on the number of girls that are registered in your troop. And if you have 190 boxes, you order 190 boxes per girl that are registered, you get the 2017 patch. And then if you order 250 boxes per girl registered, we have these awesome vintage trays, and you'll get 2 per troop. So when you actually click on the initial order tab, you will see all of your girls listed. And we ask that on the line that says other, that is where you put in your girl, or I'm sorry, that is where you put in your initial order by variety. If you place cookies on a girl's name and then we submit the initial order, we cannot actually take those off of the girl after we hit submit. So that is why we ask you to place them in the other column. The Toffee-tastic cookie is a cookie that we've already had to pre-order. And so we kind of break it out by troops. So our initial order recommendation for troops is 4 cases of Toffee-tastic. So that will be imported, and you will not be able to change your amount of cases. We did ask for a pre-order of Toffee-tastic back in September. Pardon me. And so if you ordered more or less of those on that pre-order, then that number will be in that imported line. But troops cannot add any more Toffee-tastics or take away the Toffee-tastics. They will just be in that imported line. The biggest takeaway here is make sure you are placing your initial order on the other line in this tab. Once you have put in your order, you'll hit submit, and it will tell you that you need to select a delivery time. For troops inside the Oklahoma City metro area, we have what is called warehouse pickup, and it is January 27th and 28th. It is a Friday and Saturday, and we do a huge line where you just drive through and get your cookies picked up. And so we have all these warehouse guys that help load your cookies in, and it will tell you how many cars you need based on your initial order. But in this delivery tab, you will click on where your delivery station is. So if you're in the metro area, it will have, that is this council, or warehouse pickup day Friday and warehouse pickup day Saturday, and it will ask you to choose a time to go pick up your cookies. If you are outside of the Oklahoma City metro area, it will only have your service unit name here, and it will not make you pick a time because they get delivered on different dates. Very important around this is once girls have cookies in their hands, they can start selling in their service unit as long as it is after 8 a.m. on January 27th. But the key word is in their service unit. So we do have service units that come pick up at the Oklahoma City Metro Warehouse Pickup, and they might live very close to another service unit. So mostly I'm talking about Moore comes and gets theirs from Oklahoma City Metro Warehouse Pickup, but they might have girls that live in Norman neighborhoods, or they might be really close to some Norman neighborhoods. And Norman doesn't get their cookies until Monday or Tuesday that next week. So we ask that those girls stay in Moore so that they, it's honest and fair, and we're waiting until everybody in that area has cookies before we start selling. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Stay in your service unit until February 3rd. You as a troop leader have a couple of forms that are due to your service unit cookie consultant by January 4th. If you have your troop cookie consultant manual, you can go ahead and sign these now and hand them over to your service unit cookie consultant. But it is the booth sale guidelines and your troop cookie consultant appointment agreement. Of course, please read those so you know what you're responsible for. It is basically saying that you will take money and collect it on a regular basis, deposit it, that you will hand out recognitions, that you will make sure, to the best of your knowledge, everything is in eBuddy. But that form is very important, and so definitely make sure you read it, but please turn it in before your initial order. Next in eBuddy is the Girl Order tab. This is where you will place receipts. Every time you write out a receipt to a girl, you will place it here. So what you do is click on one of these girls' names, and it will it'll bring up just her name, and you place the cookies in the appropriate line. Something to point out this year, if you are returning, is that now we have 2 cookies that cost $5. So in the past, there was just a column that said toffee. It is no longer just toffee. It is for s'mores and Toffee-tastics. And at the very top, it shows the prices of the cookies. But any cookies that girls are checking out, you would place in cookie other, and then whatever Toffee-tastic and s'more cookies they check out will go in specialty other. And then anytime that they are doing a booth sale, and you divide it up among the girls that were at the booth sale, those would go into cookie booth and to specialty booth. It will add your totals to the top, and then on a separate line, if you'll enter your payments that the girls make, that way you have a different receipt. You can keep up with the payments, and you will be able to see what the girl owes on a running basis. The next tab is booth site. Booth sales start on booth sales start on February 17th, and that is where, you know, we have girls that go and sell in front of a storefront and set up a table. So one thing to kind of keep in mind, that a booth site is any time that you are stationary and the customers come to you. So if you are setting up a table before February 17th, that is a booth site, and that is not allowed. So anytime before, you know, where it's individual girls selling, that if you've got a wagon or you're, you know, walking neighborhoods, you're walking up and down Main Street, that is fine because you are on the move. Any part of standing stationary with a table is considered a booth sale, and that is not allowed until February 17th. But at the council level, we have different areas that we call on, and we have great cookie booth consultants around the council that help us get these prime locations. So if it is in eBuddy, we just ask that you don't go and ask those business owners if your troop can sign up. We just don't want, you know, to bother, especially Walmarts and Homelands and things like that. We don't want to bother those busy managers, because we've contacted them and we've put them into our eBuddy. So when you click on booth sites, you find the city that you would like to be in. So here in our example is Enid, and I want to look at the Kmart location, so I hit the little plus sign, and it drops down all the times that I can go, or all the different days that I can go to this Kmart location. I clicked on Sunday, February 28th, and it brings up the 3 time slots. So for my troop, I would just click on the time slot if it's open and hit submit, and that signs my troop up for a booth sale. The very first booth sale sign up is January 20th at 9 p.m. So eBuddy is smart, and it has a like a setting, and so we've set it up, and it lets you start clicking away at 9 p.m. on January 20th to sign up. The front of your Troop Cookie Consultant Manual has a cookie calendar, and there are additional signups for booth sales on Monday the 23rd and the 26th. And then also the very last one, when it kind of opens up, is February 6th. And there's a certain amount that you can sign up for based on those dates. If at any time booth sales are, you know, you signed up for a booth sale and your troop cannot go, you had something come up and another parent can't make it to any of those, if you could please go into eBuddy, and same thing, you're going to click on the one that you've signed up for, and just in this spot where it says claimed here, you'll just unclick your troop number, and then that opens it back up for anybody else who is out looking for booth sites to be able to go in and claim that spot. I do want to point out, you know, businesses do not have to let us do booth sales. That's why there's a whole booth sale etiquette page in your Troop Consultant Manual. But it is a privilege to be at these places, and we want to make sure that we're treating their business with respect, that we're treating their customers with respect, that we're not, you know, being rude to customers because they didn't want to purchase, that we are teaching our girls, you know, that a no is okay, that we just say thank you, and we are definitely on our best Girl Scout behavior. So all of the ones in this little current page are ones that were set up by the booth or by Girl Scouts Western Oklahoma. But let's say you have somebody in your troop who owns a restaurant or their own small business, and they want to let you set up a booth sale site. This box that has you know, council sales here is actually a drop-down box, and so what we're going to do is click on that, and it changes to My Sales. So one thing that we really need for my sales is we need to know where your location is. If it's something that a service or a business owner lets us do or lets a lot of troops do, these are first come, first served. And so if you're the first person to get it in as a MySale, then you've got it claimed, and we check these pretty much daily, and then during heavy boost sales time about every hour, and we make sure and approve them. So one reason that it's really important to put them in as a MySale is there is a cookie locator app, and customers can download this app and type in where they're at. So say they type in 73118, it gives them the 10 closest booth sales to that zip code. And if they want to go and find, like if there's a Lowe's close and it says that there's a troop there, or whatever your MySale is, it puts that on that booth sale or that cookie locator app so that customers can find you. Booth sales are, you distribute the cookies based on how many girls were at the sale. So there's two ways to record booth sales. You can go back to your Girl Orders tab, and there is a Record Booth Sale button. When you click on that, it brings up all the girls in your troop. You can select them all. You can select who is just there. And at the very top, you put in the total amount of cookies that were sold at the booth sale. And when you click distribute, it evenly distributes the cookies for those girls that were at the booth sale. There is also an app called the Booth Sale Recorder app, and it is pretty much the exact same thing, except for you can do it on your phone. And you can do this at your booth site after it's all done, and it talks to eBuddy and puts it all in there, and then you are done. And then I've also just heard how people use still the Booth Sale Recorder even when they're sitting in their living room, just because it's really easy, and that way they don't have to pull out, their whole computer or go sit in their computer. They can sit on their phone and make sure that they get it distributed correctly to the girls. So I just wanted to point out that the Booth Sale Recorder app is a good tool to use as well. Now, so individual sales are over, or your girls are just selling like crazy, you didn't order enough in your initial order, we have what are called cookie cupboards, and they are placed all around Girl Scouts Western Oklahoma, and there should be one in your local area. But if you wanted to come and check out more cookies, we do have a way for you to put that in eBuddy so that we know what you're going to come pick up. So there is a transaction tab. When you click on the transactions tab, you will click add a transaction. It auto-populates with the date, today's date, whenever you're in there. And then you just need to tell eBuddy a time that you are going to go pick up those cookies. When you click second party, and it's going to automatically come up with a cupboard, it gives you a drop-down box here to choose which cupboard is closest to you. And when you click on whichever cupboard you are going to go to, it will pop up within hours of operation. So some cupboards require that you come pick up within these hours of operation, and some don't. It just depends on your local cupboard and your local cupboard volunteer. But it will tell you, there's a notes box on this when you click on your cupboard that you want to go to, and it will tell you exactly that. Like if there's a number to call, if there are directions, anything pertinent to that cupboard will be in that notes section. But your pickup time must be within those hours of operation for most cupboards. And so just want you to pay attention to that, because if your pickup time is not, it will give you an error and tell you that you need to pick up or choose another pickup time, but it does not save your order. We do ask that troops put in a pending order of what they want to pick up from the cupboard with 48 hours from when they need it. I understand that sometimes that is not the most convenient, but I do want to point out that we have quite a few cupboards that aren't very close to the warehouse, and in 48 hours gives me and our logistics agent a chance to put a plan together to get the cookies that you might need in that cupboard. And so we want to make sure that you have the flavors that you need. I think that's all. Sometimes if your cupboard doesn't have your order that you want, but another troop has it, we do allow troop-to-troop transfers. Troop-to-troop transfers are exactly that. One troop might have a case of Thin Mints and another troop needs it really bad for a booth sale that's getting ready to happen. What you need to do is write a receipt, and the troop who is giving the cookies to the other troop is going to enter the transaction into eBuddy. There are directions for this in your Troop Cookie Consultant Manual. Instead of your second party being the cupboard, it will be another troop, and you enter their troop number, and then make sure and save it. And then this receipt is something that we need to have. Your troop-to-troop transfers receipts need to be in your final paperwork that you turn into your service unit cookie consultant. At the end of the sale, we ask you to place your girls' reward orders. When you click on Rewards tab, there will be a little a purple box that says to view the rewards that your girls have earned. And so this is the screen that will pop up when you click on that view. As you can see in here, the size catalog selection needed is red. And so Angelina has received 14 items, and she needs to, you either need to pick out a size of shirt for her, or there's a different choice that she gets to make between two separate prizes. So if you just click on that link, or there's also an option to fill out all of the girls at once, you can click on that and the pick which ones that they have chosen. Hopefully they have told you that, and if they haven't, you can always call their parents and ask what they need, and then you will click submit. One thing to point out, most rewards come in on that first week of May, and so we ask that you get with your service unit cookie consultant. They receive them, they sort them out by your troop, and then we just ask that you go and pick them up and get them handed out to girls, hopefully before the end of the school year, so that they, they worked really hard for those and sold a lot of cookies to get those rewards, and so that they get to enjoy them. One of the final tabs is your deposits tab, and it can be a little misleading. It represents payments made to Girl Scouts Western Oklahoma. It does not represent deposits that your troop puts into the bank. So hopefully your troop is making weekly deposits into your troop account so that they are not holding on to any money. And also, good to point out in this section is that checks, if your troop is taking checks, they must be deposited within 30 days. Otherwise, the DA will not go after any bad checks, and your troop is liable for those checks. So make sure that you're getting checks into the bank as soon as you can, and that you have a current Checks Inc. form on file with us. But back to the deposits tab. What the deposits tab is, it's actually locked. So you can't enter anything into it, but I will upload deposit or payment amounts into this tab. And so there are 3 times that the Girl Scouts Western Oklahoma, we do what is called an ACH to your account, and it's basically like electronic online bill paying. So we type in, the finance department does an electronic transfer from your troop account into Girl Scouts Western Oklahoma account. And I let you know a week ahead of time what we are going to be taking out. There is a formula for what our ACH amounts are going to be. The first ACH is half of your initial order. The second ACH is half of your remaining balance for cookies. Anything that you have checked out past that time applies on that. And then the final ACH, which is on March 28th, is your final ACH for the rest of the balance due to Girl Scouts Western Oklahoma. I upload those a week before the ACH is to come out, and if you cannot make that payment, if that's something like your troop selling a little bit slower than you thought you would be, you need to send an email to info@gswestok.org, letting me know that that is not something that you guys can handle right now, but this is what we can pay towards it, and we'll talk about it and make sure that we get it taken care of. If you're ever wondering where you stand with cookies and how much money is owed to Girl Scouts of Western Oklahoma, how much your troop is going to make, how many cookies you've checked out, the very last, or one of the last tabs is called the sales report. And this is what it looks like. It is the how many girls are selling, how many troops or cookies your troop has checked out, what payments have been made, and then it always has a running total on the right side. Something to point out here, this is where we get the calculations. So these red circles are your cookies that are $4 a box and your specialty cookies that you've checked out that are $5 a box. When you do the math, and that is what equals your total troop sales. If you have questions throughout the sale, we now have a really cool functioning enhanced help center on eBuddy. So the last tab is help, and it has exact instructions for every step of the cookie sale on here. And also under From the Council, it has any of the forms you might need. We'll put this training up there when we have the recording. We'll put your permission slips if you need to print one off. If you want to look at the Troop Cookie Manual, the Family Guide, any of that online, you just have a real quick question, we'll have links to it all here in this From the Council. So now we're going to talk about Digital Cookie. This is the second year for Digital Cookie, but for our council, and the third year for the Digital Cookie program. Last year, we did sell 29,639 packages in Digital Cookie total sales. That's 4,864 orders. We did have 28% of our girls registered that got on and sold digital or participated in the Digital Cookie program. And 786 girls had orders. So as you can kind of see, our sales by delivery method, there are 3 different ways for customers to order cookies online. They can donate cookies to Operation Cookie Drop. As you can see, we had 3,172 boxes donated by Digital Cookie. Customers can pay for the shipping and have cookies shipped to their location. And they can also choose for a girl to deliver the cookies in person. And so that, of course, was our most widely used option. So that way customers can pay with a credit card and girls just take the cookies to them and hand them over. So what does this mean? Or let me show you what it kind of looks like, what happens for girls and parents. So girls and parents get a register email, and currently that is sent or scheduled to be sent out on January 6th to parents. Volunteers, you will get your emails on December 30th. And I know that's what you're going to do. You're going to log in and spend your New Year's Eve with Digital Cookie. I appreciate that. Parents will have the opportunity to register and start setting up their site starting on January 6th. What we do is we take their email address from our volunteer system and upload them, and they're ready to go on December 5th. That's when we start our Digital Cookie process. So if your parents don't have emails in volunteer systems, if you can look at your troop roster and they don't have a valid email, then if they can let us know to change that, we will definitely get them updated so that they can participate in Digital Cookie that very first day. Once they register and get set up in Digital Cookie, they set up their website. So what they do is put in their goals. They can write, add a video, add a picture, write what their troop is selling cookies for, what their goal is, and then start talking about emails and typing in people's emails. They can earn a cookie badge. There are games to play. There are all kinds of things for the girls to do on Digital Cookie while they're waiting for January 27th. On January 27th, emails will be sent out. Girls can then send emails from Digital Cookie to their customers. So even if your troop doesn't have cookies yet, they can start sending those out and collecting orders, even though they might not have cookies until February 3rd. And then they can log back in and track their goals. It updates in real time, and hopefully we're teaching girls the marketing skill of following up and reaching out to people privately to say thank you for their order. And they can do all of that from Digital Cookie. And even after the sale, even if customers didn't buy, they could say thank you for letting me work on my marketing skills through this. Oh, I talked about those dates. For you as a troop leader, there's not a whole lot of anything that happens for you to do for Digital Cookie. All of the orders get placed through the parents. The parents have to approve orders. And so the only thing you need to really be aware of is what it looks like in eBuddy. So Digital Cookie shows up on the Girl Order tab underneath the girl. So Annabelle here has a couple of different Digital Cookie orders. So there are 5 different options. So Girl Delivery is DOCDLVR. Donations for Operation Cookie Drop are DON. Ship is an order that shipped directly to the customer. Ship Plus is they ordered cookies and had them shipped to themselves and then also donated. And then In Hand is because they are using the mobile app. So once girls get registered for Digital Cookie, there is a mobile app that the girls can use. So when they're walking around the neighborhood and somebody says, oh, I don't have cash, you can say, well, we take credit card, and it's through that Digital Cookie app. And they can, one of the options, they can still, customers can still choose to have them shipped, or they can still choose to have them donated, but they can also choose that, it is in hand right now. I'm handing the cookies over, and so that is another option. As you can see for DOC delivery, that girl is hopefully already got those cookies from you, and you are going to check them out to her on another receipt. So Digital Cookie does not post any cookies onto eBuddy. It only posts the payment. So it looks like this delivery was for 3 boxes. She got $12 in her payment tab. For shipped cookies, it does, those cookies are coming from a warehouse in, I want to say like Minnesota. I think that's where it's at, Michigan somewhere. Those cookies are going to be charged to the troop because they aren't physically coming out of your stash. And so you can see it has put cookies into Cookie Other column, and it has posted a payment. So it's all good to go there. Operation Cookie Drop cookies would be put into Operation Cookie Drop column and post a payment. In Hand will not post any cookies to the girl, but will post a payment for those cookies. Then you can look at your sales report and be able to see all of those as well. And your sales report, sorry, I thought I put that slide in here. Your sales report will list all of the payments that have been posted to your troops account, and it just lessens your final ACH because it counts as that whole amount being paid to the council. And we have plenty of videos about Digital Cookie if you want to learn more, and they are already up on our website at gswestok.org. They are step-by-step, so if you want to see it as a troop leader, you can look at your troop leader what it looks like in eBuddy if you want to see the registration process, or what parents see when orders come in. All of those are up, and there are also tip sheets for Digital Cookie as well. And there should be probably some on Little Brownie Bakers as well. So we talk about Operation Cookie Drop. Operation Cookie Drop is a council-wide community service project that girls can get cookies donated by customers. So basically, we're taking donations. We aren't physically taking the cookies from the troop. It is a virtual donation, but girls and troop leaders take money, and at the end of the cookie season, we do a whole other order and get cookies from the bakery to donate to the men and women overseas and to our regional food bank and their partners. So luckily right now, we just don't have that many Americans overseas, which is a really good thing. So we get so many donations that we did open this up to the regional food bank as well. There are prizes for Operation Cookie Drop cookies. So girls who get $12 boxes donated to Operation Cookie Drop earn the dog tag patch. And then we also have an Operation Cookie Drop event, which is what this picture up on the right is. Girls doing the flag retirement ceremony last year at our Operation Cookie Drop event. And then for 48 boxes, it is the journal. And if this year for 100 Operation Cookie Drop boxes, which we had a lot of girls get to last year, they can get the owl plush. And so we're going to talk a little bit about cookie promotions, what we have going on to celebrate throughout the year. We have Little Red Wagon Day, which is February 11th. And Little Red Wagon Day is a kind of a just long-standing tradition that we ask girls to get out their wagons, decorate them as they with their goals, with whatever they want to do, and go out, canvass the neighborhoods, canvass Main Street, and sell Girl Scout cookies. We don't have, or we will be having some social media promotion around Little Red Wagon Day, and we'll ask you to send in your photos. And then we have these cute little picnic baskets that we will be randomly giving away for people who participate in that. National Girl Scout Cookie Weekend is February 24th through the 26th. We don't have a big event for that. We just want, there are patches in the shop, and then we also have a couple of, I think there's some social media hype around it, especially on our Instagram page. In the back of your book, we have your Troop Consultant Manual. We have a form for 5 for 5. So one of the things that we ask girls to do is, if their customer buys 5 boxes of cookies, for every 5 boxes of cookies, they can get an entry into our 5 for 5 contest. And that customer can win 5 cases of their favorite cookies and a Girl Scout cookie jar. This is April Temple. She was our winner last year. She is from, I believe, either Del City or Midwest City, and she is not associated with Girl Scouts. She's not a volunteer, and she doesn't have a daughter in Girl Scouts, but she was our winner last year, and so she was so excited to have this, to have won, and this is her picking up her cookies back in July. And then we also have a Girl Scout Cookie Scholarship. It's for girls that sell over 1,000 boxes, and there is an essay, that form that they write, and there are 3 different scholarships that girls can win to put in their 529 account. So that is something that we kind of have had for a couple of years, but we want to make sure that we're talking about it up front, and we will get the question. We're working with the donor right now to get the question kind of worked out, what he wants girls to write about this year, and as soon as we get that information, we will get it passed out as well. And something new from Girl Scouts USA is the Cookie Troop 100 contest. So this is a fun kind of program that GSUSA has right now, and it has 4 steps. So you're asking your troop to set up a cookie goal. Hopefully you guys are doing that. That you're earning a cookie business badge. You're asking 100 new customers to buy cookies, which if you have just 5 girls in your troop, that's only 20 customers apiece. and that you're blinging your booth. So whatever that looks like to you and your troop, how you're decorating your booth. And I believe that they ask for a picture of that. So make sure you're taking photos out at your booth. And what you do is log on to girlscouts.org/troop100. And this in the middle here that shows the cookie troop 100, that is an actual patch. So once you fill this out for your troop, as the troop leader, you go in and fill this out for your troop, it unlocks the special edition cookie troop 100 patch. Those will be available for you as a troop leader to purchase for $1 a piece, and that does include shipping. And then one troop from every council, so definitely a troop from our council, will win $100. Overall, there will be one winner that will win $3,000. So one really lucky troop will get $3,000, and that is that drawing is May 5th. So actually, both of those drawings are May 5th. So make sure that you're to participate in this, that you are going to the website. So it is girlscouts.org/cookie troop 100, and the form to actually start filling out to get your badge is not available until January 3rd. But if you want to read about it, we have materials here in our office too. We'll be posting about it online. The page as well, the link will be in eBuddy and on our page. But if you want to get started and learn more about it, you can go and look at the steps right now. So next steps for troop leaders, go ahead and start talking to your girls. Do those, girl meetings and having them set their troop directives, what they want to do over the girls or over the next year, and then start talking about how you're going to fund those. Log into eBuddy and look at your girls tab and let us know if you are missing any girls, if you need any girls removed. Whatever you need, let us know. Send their names to info@gswestok.org. I did put in here, read the Troop Cookie Consultant Manual. There are lots of good information. Just take it a page at a time. I know it's a lot to read at the time, but everything is really in this book. So if you need anything, it can be here. But then also just reach out to us. We will have a new troop leader training where we'll go a little bit more into eBuddy, and we will have that on January, let me double check, January 3rd. It is a Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. I will send out more information on that with a login. It'll be kind of like this, but anybody can log in from anywhere, and we'll go more into eBuddy and talk about initial orders a little bit deeper so that you have a little bit of reference the day before they are due in eBuddy. And we also will have more videos over the next month pop up on Girl Scouts, gswestok.org, and also we'll put links to those in eBuddy in the help section. We'll do an eBuddy overview again, and then we will, and like I said, there's already digital cookie ones up there, so you'll have a little bit more to go into. So if you are missing anything, and then we'll post this webinar as well. So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate your time. I will open it up for questions if there are any questions that haven't seen any come through here. The day you can start putting in initial orders, that's a great question. It is December 1st that you can start actually, and that's when that tab will open up and you can enter your initial order. And that's it. Let's look and make sure that something else didn't come up just. If you guys don't have any questions, you're more than welcome to